Hi guys, welcome to my podcast, Inside My Mind.
I'm going to talk a little bit about how anxiety's been affecting me negatively. Sorry, the wind's blowing really bad. And it's knocking stuff around. I have a lot of good days and bad days. I try to stay positive for the most part. But sometimes it's really hard to. A lot of times my anxiety and depression makes me feel alone. Like completely alone. Even though I'm not. I cut myself off a lot of times when my anxiety and depression is really bad. Especially my anxiety. Because like when I'm having a full-blown anxiety attack, like that's all I can focus on. I can't really focus on people talking to me or anything at that moment, because in that moment it's like just pure fear, and that's all I think about. I mean, it helps having people around me, of course, and it helps having people talk to me when I'm having them, but mostly I just have to wait them out. I haven't really been able to focus on too many things, especially like the severe ones. The not so severe ones aren't that bad. I can distract myself sometimes when I'm having them, but the really bad ones, there's just no way. I try to hide my anxiety a lot, which is really hard physically and emotionally, because physically it's pretty draining. People don't understand how draining anxiety can be, because you're trying to compose yourself and not make it look like you have anxiety, which is a pretty hard thing to do. If you've ever had to do it, you know what I'm talking about. Because like I said, it's like pure fear, panic. You feel like you're trapped, like you can't get out. It's pretty scary actually when it's very severe. I get sad a lot, only because I know that every day I'm going to have to wake up with it, because it really doesn't go away, because I literally have it every day, at least once a day, if not more. Like sometimes I can have one panic attack, and some other days I have like 10, or some days it lasts all day. So sometimes it gets pretty bad. And you get scared a lot, which really sucks, because it's just annoying, because you're like, common sense tells you that there's nothing to be scared of, but your brain's kind of like, nope, you're scared, so you just kind of gotta deal with it. That's pretty hard to deal with. Like, I don't mind the short panic attacks, because they only usually last like a minute or two, but like a full-blown panic attack, like I said, can last for hours, and you get very tired out. Like, very tired out. It takes a lot out of you, because when you have one, for me anyways, when I have mine, like, I get sweaty, my heart starts pounding, I have trouble breathing, I get really shaky, I'll get extremely hot, and like my cheeks will turn like bright red. So for me, it's hard to hide mine. That's why I don't like going out that much, because I never know when I'm going to have one. And unfortunately, when I was younger, it used to be a lot easier to hide them. But as I've gotten older, not so much. And they're embarrassing to have. So, like, if we have family get-togethers, I hardly go, because, and it's not because I don't want to, because I really like to see my family. But it's hard for me because I don't want to freak out in front of them. Because like I said, it's pretty embarrassing, because then afterwards, after all that's done, and then you're sitting there and you're okay, and you're like, well, that was really stupid. There's no reason for me to be like that or act like that. Because sometimes my panic attacks will make me irritable. Just because I'm having one, and I just don't want to deal with people trying to tell me that, hey, you're okay, you're going to be okay. Because at that moment, you don't feel okay at all. You feel like you're dying, and a lot of people don't understand that, and it's not that I'm trying to be rude or trying to be mean, but it's like, you have no idea unless you've had one. And it also affects you talking, because I will forget words, or I'll say words wrong or backwards a lot when I start having them. That's really frustrating too. And then you feel completely crazy. It's just it's very hard to talk about in person, but like this, it's a little better, because then I don't have to look at the person's face, when I'm talking, and they're thinking oh yeah, she's a nut job. And I guess in some ways I am, but then in other ways I'm pretty normal, down to earth person. I just have a lot of mental health issues as well as health issues. So I'll be talking about my health issues in one of my podcasts. I'm not sure which one yet, but and then there's a lot of things that I'm not comfortable with talking about yet. I might put them up on our page, but I don't know if I'm ready to do a podcast on them yet or not. I'll have to wait and to see. And plus, I want to, respect other people's privacies, because, one in particular, because there's a lot that happened, and it's pretty, in my opinion, it affected me a lot, and it's pretty bad. So I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not, but I'll think about it. Alright guys, I'm going to go and try to get some rest. But thanks for listening to me, and I will put out another podcast pretty soon. Alright, thanks.